Hello guys, so welcome back to my YouTube channel Superfine Tech. So, now that we are familiar with Linux distributions, let's move on and talk about embedded Linux. Let's start with the definition. What is an embedded system? An embedded system is a combination of hardware and software for a purpose. So architecturally speaking, we have applications that are fulfilling the purpose of the embedded system. These applications then use libraries to function. There are high-level operating system abstractions or the operating system components that the applications make use of. We have networking and file systems. We have to have somewhere for these files to live. We have to have networking so that we can communicate to other devices. We have the low-level interfaces needed to support the function of the device. Then of course, the hardware that everything sits on. So we have a couple of examples down here. We have Android and Raspberry Pi. These are two very popular embedded systems. So let's take a look at Android. Android is designed and maintained by Google. Android is the mobile operating system based on a modified version of the Linux kernel. It's primarily designed for touchscreen devices, and Android can be found running on smartphones, tablets, watches, etc. Android heavily leverages Google's proprietary software, the Google Mobile Services, which is typically pre-installed with Android. This includes software like Google Chrome, Google Search, and Gmail. Android has the largest installation base of any operating system. So using Android is an example to kind of talk about an embedded system. So a good example using Android would be a cell phone device. The cell phone device is the hardware. It probably has a cellular modem for making and receiving phone calls. This low-level interface is leveraged by the operating system through kernel drivers. Additionally, we have a file system for storing the files or binaries necessary to use the low-level interfaces, such as the cellular modem, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, touchscreen, etc. These files and binaries are the high-level abstractions. They are what permit the phone application libraries to hook into the device itself. The application then in this case is the interface that the user uses to place a phone call. It most likely looks like a phone interface. So all of these components are working together and function as an embedded system. Another popular embedded system is the Raspberry Pi. The Raspberry Pi is an inexpensive small-sized computer, and really it's about the size of a deck of cards. It's often used in the capacity of teaching and learning. And it is a capable little computer that can be leveraged for any number of interesting use cases. Examples range from the controller for an underwater camera drone to an automated plant waterer. Additionally, it makes a suitable platform for learning to program in languages like Python. I've used one in the past to set up a remote weather station. It's really cool. Raspbian is the Raspberry Pi Foundation's officially supported operating system, and it can be downloaded and installed for free. So Raspbian is a distribution. Raspbian is based on Debian. I've provided a couple of additional examples such as consumer electronics. This is things like set-top boxes, smart TVs, in-vehicle entertainment systems, things like that. Many manufacturers, when using system on chips or SoCs, will use their own proprietary version of Linux. So they take the open source kernel that forms the foundation of the operating system. However, they have their own internally developed drivers and software to control the device. Another common use case of embedded Linux is networking equipment. This includes routers, switches, WAPs, wireless access points, wireless routers. In fact, a standard Linux installation, just like I have here on my desktop, typically has all of the software necessary to be a fully functional router. If you don't know what a router is a device that forwards packets between networks. NetFilter, the framework within the Linux kernel used for firewalling, also provides the hooks and capacity necessary to track and manage connections. So right out of the box, It can provide encryption, proxy, and deep packet inspection capabilities. There is a lot you can do with that. So just as a recap, an embedded system is a combination of hardware and software working together to fulfill some use case or purpose. This lesson is now complete. If you are new, so please subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon, and please like, comment and share the video. Thanks for watching.